Newborn photo shoot is something some mothers love to do, so I'm going to be showing you how to make a tutu skirt for a newborn photo shoot. All we majorly need is satin fabric and a tutu. Other things would be scissors, tape, needle and thread, fabric chalk, sewing machine. At this point, welcome to my channel. Kindly subscribe. To make it easy, I measured and cut everything so it'll be easier and faster for us. For the satin, we have 3 pieces. The first one measures 19 by 14 inches, and that's going to be for the bow. The next one is going to be for a band. Remember, it's for a newborn. A newborn's waist is about 10 inches, so what I had there is 22 inches. But by the time I was done with the project, I didn't quite like the length, so I added to it. I'll advise you use 40 by 4 inches. This last one is 7 by 37 inches, and it's for the inner part of the skirt. The tutu is not left out, so what I have here is 7 inches, which is going to serve as the length of the skirt, and the width is going to be 3 yards. I am using 6 pieces of this, so it's absolutely up to you how many you want to use. If you use more, it's going to be fuller. If you use less, it's going to be scantier. I'm going to be taking the inner skirt as well as all the tutu, and I'm going to take them to the sewing machine right now to do gathers on them. I'm off to the sewing machine right now to do gathers on both the satin and the tutu. Kindly subscribe to my channel and hit the like button before I do my gathers and come back. Before I create the gathers, let me just show you how I make the band. So I'll fold this in to the middle this way, fold the other side to the middle, and then fold it into another half and iron it flat. Sorry I couldn't show you all that process right now, I'm just being lazy, but I hope you got it. Kindly forgive my laziness, but if you didn't get it, I could create another project where I made use of the waistband, so I'll show you how I made it. Meanwhile, I have gathered all the tutu and the satin. So what I'm going to be doing right now is to attach every one of them together. So I'll be doing that on the sewing machine right now. But the thing about doing this is that I'm going to be starting from the satin, and then I'll lay the tutu one after the other on top of it. Now in this case, I'll advise that you don't put everything together, you just put as much as your hands can take. So in this case, I think I put about 3 together, and then I attached it and then added the remaining 3 to it. I'm going to be sewing the first 3 together on the sewing machine right now. Let me apologize ahead. You're going to be seeing a little bit of my scattered hair here and there. I don't look very pretty when I'm filming, especially when you don't have to see my face. Okay, so I'll do this. So while you're doing this, make sure you do well to arrange it step by step. You don't want to have to finish sewing it and one part is hanging loose. So this is how I did it. I'm done with this first part, so this is what it looks like already. So it's your choice to leave it like this, but in my case, I'm going to be adding the last 3 layers. But I'm going to be adding it one by one this time because I don't think I can tolerate multiple. Doing those 3 together was a little bit difficult for me, so I did this one after the other. It was actually easier and faster. So I've attached all 3 of them, and this is what it looks like at the end of the day. So I'll just cut off the excess thread, and this is how it is. So I could choose to make it bigger or smaller, whatever, but I think this is already fine. Next thing I'm going to be doing right now is to fix the band. Now in my case, I told you that the band I created was too small, but generally what you need to do is that identify the middle of the band and also identify the middle of the skirt as well, and then you're going to attach it middle to middle first of all, so that the 2 belts on the 2 ends would be equal. But in this my case, it doesn't really matter because I added to the length, so but I'm doing it just so you see. So I attach it from the middle down to the end. I'll also do that for the other side. It's important to note that where I attached it was just at the beginning of the fabric. It's when I'm turning it over that point where I ironed it would actually come into play. I'll then flip it over and sew it the other way. Now I am done. It's time to flip it over. So we're going to be folding it back to retain that pleat that we originally made, and when we do that successfully, we discover that the Tutu has entered the band. So start from the beginning and just run it through this way. Remember I told you that in my case mine was too short, so I had to add to it. But this is basically how it's going to be if you use your 40 inches. It's going to start that way with a little bit of extra, and the remaining was serving as the band of the skirt, and then run it all the way through till we get to the end. Actually, the use of this band is just to tie it around the waist of the child. It's a newborn, so sometimes wearing skirts and having those things inconvenience them can be very uncomfortable. So it's easy to just wrap it around their waists and just tie it, because they're usually lying on their chest during the photo shoot. And we all know that you can only get the best out of these little humans when they are sleeping for the photo shoot. So you don't want to disturb anybody's beauty sleep. Just tie it and let her be comfortable and have a photo shoot in peace. So this is what it looks like. You just tie it that way, and that's about it. The next thing I'm going to be attaching here is the bow. And for this bow, I already did an extensive tutorial on how to make a bow before now. I'll link it in the description, but just watch how I'm going to do this one. I'm not even going to do much of explaining. Just take a look. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button and hit the notification bell so that whenever I drop another video, you'll see it. When you finish the bow, just put it on the skirt. So I'm going to put it here in middle. At this point, it's your choice to either put a brooch or not, but in my case I put a brooch. So you can sew it to it, you can gum it to it, whatever it is you want to do, just make sure you put a brooch. And this is the skirt during the photo shoot. Oh my lord, isn't it lovely? You see why I made it full, so it was just upward and fluffy and really nice. Don't forget to attach the bow to the skirt. Bye.